Good Sunday night, everybody. Welcome to this week's edition of the BATTLIN BUCS with Mason Sepesky. Tonight, we're going to recap the Pirates' prior to series this week against the Tigers and the Philadelphia Phillies. We'll also discuss the MLB standings, wherever a team's at right now in terms of the playoff picture and everything, despite it being so early. We'll still recap it, though. And then we will look ahead to the Pirates series this week in Queens, New York against the Mets. And then they come home this weekend to play the Red Sox. It's actually going to be chilly. It's actually, weather-wise, it looks like it's going to be a warmer week while the Pirates are in New York. But then comes the weekend, it surprisingly gets colder. We've had a lot of rain here this week in Western PA, so definitely interesting. That's for sure. But why can't it be warm when the Pirates play at home? And why does rain always have to ruin everything? If you saw my opening day video, it can't get much worse than that. Rain snow mix. That was an interesting game, and the Pirates lost. So, oh well, who cares? The team's still doing well and all that, and could be much worse. We have had some flooding. Those of late that we were at the Penguin game the other night, there's another video up on that. If you want to tune into that, I hope you do. Despite them struggling, they lost last night to Boston, so yeah. Anyway, though, first things first, I want to just talk about the eclipse real quick. Hope you guys enjoyed the eclipse last Monday. I was watching it on TV in Cleveland and Indianapolis. They got good sights of the eclipse. Looked really cool from the Indy 500 Speedway. It was a really cool sight to see. I watched it on TV a lot, and I real briefly, looked outside. You couldn't really see much. I didn't get it. The glasses, supposedly these ones aren't good enough, but I didn't get like the recyclable kind of glasses that they had for them, so I didn't really watch the eclipse, but some people did. Hope they enjoyed it. So it's definitely interesting, definitely cool. Hope you enjoyed it if you saw it. And that's the first game we're going to start with here on Eclipse Night. Monday, April 8th, I picked the Pirates. The last time they played on an eclipse on Monday, August 21st, 2017. Surprisingly, a lot of eclipses are on Mondays, and I don't get it. But anyway, August 17th, 2021, August 21st, 2017. Last time there was an eclipse, the Pirates lost to the Dodgers at home. However, they did not lose during this eclipse time. They beat the Detroit Tigers 7-4 at home. That was a big win for sure, and yeah, the Pirates improved to 9-2. However, the team failed to improve to 10-2. Instead, they dropped to 9-3 their next game, losing to the Detroit Tigers by a final score of 5-3. As you guys all know by now, closer David Bednar blew a lead, and the Tigers scored 4 runs in the top of the 9th inning, allowing the Detroit Tigers to grab the win. And a lot of people were booing Bednar at the game and all that. He's done more good than bad. He is recovering from an injury, so you guys got to keep mindful of that. I mean, he's great. Yeah, and I've always been a big David Bednar fan. My dad and our dads are actually friends, so I'm a big fan of his. Actually, have his bobblehead right here on my desk. So I might be a little biased at times, but this is with any player. I mean, yeah, for sure. And you guys probably maybe thinking I am a hypocrite because I was a fan of the Fire Canada chants, and I was there on my birthday, December 7th, at the Steelers-Patriots game, chanting Mason Rudolph as opposed to Mitch Trubisky. But remember, this is a totally different situation if you look at it. The Pirates situation, Bednar has been nothing but a lights-out closer. He has done great things, and truly he has looked the part. He has truly looked the part, and he's done great. So, and very rarely does he make mistakes. Very rarely does he blow saves up until this year. And he's coming off an injury. Matt Canada was never coming off an injury. Ben Roethlisberger saved his A-word his first year as our offensive coordinator. And then the minute they put a rookie quarterback in there who had little to no who had no NFL experience, we found out how bad the offense truly was. And as if it was for the coordinator or the quarterback in Pittsburgh, we'll never know, because Both of them are now replaced, obviously, with Arthur Smith and Russell Wilson, who is a much better tandem, we can all agree. The only possible sample size we may get of if it was Kenny's fault or if it was Canada's fault is if Jalen Hurts gets injured this year in Philadelphia, and nobody wants to see that. And the fact they were chanting Mason Rudolph as opposed to Mitch Trubisky. First of all, Mitch Trubisky can only see one side of the field. Secondly, we were getting humiliated by a 2-10 team who had scored literally a combined 15 points in 3 games. The Pirates were getting humiliated by a pathetic organization. I shouldn't say the Patriots are pathetic because they've won 6 Super Bowls. And believe it or not, I was actually a Patriots fan for quite some time when they were winning, but not so much anymore. But bottom line is this. Bednar doesn't make many mistakes. Canada made several mistakes. Trubisky made several mistakes. They deserved it. Now, I remember, I'm a big fan of Noah Howells. He's a reporter for the Post-Gazette. I'm a big fan of his. He covered, so shout out to him. He covers Pitt and the Pirates. And he was saying on his Twitter, this isn't the first time I've had to ask at a press conference about a WPIAL athlete being booed by Pittsburgh fans. Hashtag Boo City PA. Something like that. Jurkovec kind of deserved it. And I liked Phil Jurkovec until he came to Pitt. Because if you think about Pitt, he screwed up big time. If we would have won that Cincinnati game, the whole season would have been different, I guarantee you. And he basically threw away the backyard brawl. So yeah, it was a struggle for him. That's the one good thing Cincinnati did for them, is change quarterbacks. And Narduzzi ultimately changed it to who it is now. We'll see where the Nate Yarnell train takes us. But anyway, let's see where the Pirates train takes us, because this is what this is ultimately supposed to be about. And I'm sorry I got off track there. I'm just saying, bottom line is this. You may have thought I'm a hypocrite for that, but Canada, Trubisky, and Jurkovec were in much different situations than Bednar is now. Bednar has proven himself as a successful Pittsburgh pitcher, and yeah. This weekend was one of the series that I've looked, when the schedule comes out, I look forward to the most. And that's the trip to Philadelphia. If you guys don't know much about Pitt, and I'm sure if you're a Penn Stater, you probably know this too. Like if you go to Penn State or any of the state schools from PA, the Big Two at least, there's a lot of Philly people. And even Pitt has a lot of people from Philadelphia. A lot. In fact, I would probably make the assumption that it's pretty darn close. Like, it's the amount of Pittsburgh people in percentage that go to Pitt and the amount of Philadelphia people in percentage that go to Pitt, it's pretty darn close. There's a lot of Philly people. But anyway, I have friends that are from Philly, relatives from Philly, a lot of Philly, I know. And I always like watching the Phillies, and I always like watching the Eagles too. But I like watching the Phillies, so I was looking forward to this series. And I followed it closely. Thursday night did not go well for the Pirates. We lost 5-1. Jared Jones pitched good. I felt like he handled the top of that Phillies lineup like Harper, Schwarber, and those guys. I thought he did great against them. It was just a couple lucky hits that they had, like, I think it was Alec Boehm, Brandon Marsh, and there was one more. So they got lucky a lot, and it was very windy that night in Philly, and the wind made a big, big factor in this, but yeah, I don't think you can blame Jared Jones. He's been lights out this year so far. He is young, too, and you gotta like what he said. I mean, looking at the top of the Phillies lineup, I don't think Harper did a whole lot against him. So he is a quality pitcher. Yes, he still has room to improve, but he's done good so far, so you can't blame him. On Friday night, we turned things around, winning 5-2. This was what we showed when we showed what we were capable of. and we proved it against a quality team. Philly fans, if you're listening, I do think you need a better option than Junior Marte. I thought he struggled in this game, and I think you could do better than him. But it was a good win for sure. Yesterday afternoon, this was an interesting one for sure. Philly got off to a nice start. They led the game early 2-0. Then we got a run back. I think it was 2-0. We got a run back, then make it 2-1. Then O'Neal Cruz comes through again, hits a 2-run home run. The Cruz hits a home run. 3-2 Pirates. And then the Phillies, the Fighting Phils, fight back, make it 3-3. And then Castellanos hits a walk-off. It's 4-3. Phillies get the win. They have a chance to put the Pirates at their first series loss this afternoon in South Philly. Not so fast. Keller had a lights-out day. Sawinski hit a grand slam. And we rose the Jolly Roger. Splitting with Philly. Our record is that series was 2-2. We played 6 this week. We went 3-3. That's not bad. Hey, look, if we go 500 the rest of the year, more likely than not, we are a playoff team at 84-78. So we really only have to go 500 or a tad bit above. And this week will be a good opportunity. When you look at the standings, the Mets are 7-8. And the Red Sox are 9-7. So this week, I would like to win 4 of these games. So yeah, if we could do that, that'd be gold. All right, we're going to take a quick look at the standings across the league now, and then we'll quickly get back into the week ahead for the Pirates. AL East Division, right now the current leaders, of course, the New York Yankees at 12-4. Baltimore Orioles 9-6, Boston Red Sox 9-7, Tampa Bay Rays 9-7 also. Toronto Blue Jays are 8-8. Solid division for sure. AL Central, Cleveland Guardians are 10-5, Kansas City Royals 10-6, Detroit Tigers 9-6, Minnesota Twins 6-8, and the Chicago White Sox are 2-13. Talk about something not very good. They're kind of, though, in a situation, too, that the A's are in. They're trying to get new stadium funding and stuff. So, that'll be interesting. Sorry, I was just getting a text from a friend about the series and all that. The one from Philly I was just saying about. So, yeah. But anyway, it's definitely interesting for sure because the White Sox are 2-13. I was just seeing today that they had something rejected, I guess. So, it will be interesting to see if they relocate, too. I know the Arizona Coyotes, this is a hockey team, they're relocating to Salt Lake City. Our politicians better wake the heck up. That's all I'm going to say. And I'm going to talk about things more at the end of this video, but our politicians and our government better wake the heck up because things aren't looking pretty right now for our country. And I'll tell you right now, one political party is causing this. I'm not going to say which one, but it's really frustrating, and we need to do all it takes to change that. Because that political party has too much power right now. I'm not trying to offend any viewers here. If you don't want to watch this channel because what I say you don't like, fine. I'm not trying to make this channel political. I'm just saying right now the truth. Cities are losing sports teams because their local governments care more about issues that are irrelevant or should be irrelevant than actual issues. That's all I'm going to say. And it makes me furious to see fans in the streets upset and sad that they're losing their sports teams that they invested so much money on. I'm not saying names, I'm not blaming anybody, and I am not trying to make this video one bit political. However, enough's enough. So if the White Sox leave Chicago and become the third franchise to pull this relocation stunt, don't blame us, Chicago. Chicago is a beautiful city. It's one of my favorite cities on earth. It's a beautiful city. So yeah. God bless Chicago. That's all I'll say. Hopefully the team gets better, though. All right, enough of politics. On to the AL West now. The Texas Rangers lead that division with an 8-8 record. Los Angeles Angels are second place with a 7-8 record. Oakland Athletics are in third place Surprisingly, they're in third place. The franchise we all make fun of, poverty franchise, in third place. Wow, 7-9. Seattle Mariners 6-10. Houston Astros, they're in last place with a 6-11 record. Wow. All right, NL East time. We got the Atlanta Braves in first place with a 9-5 record. Phillies are in second place with an 8-8 record. Mets are in third with a 7-8 record. Fourth place are the 6-9 Washington Nationals. And in fifth place are the 3-13 Miami Marlins. They're another team. But again, they have low attendance rates. They're not thinking about relocating. Why aren't they thinking about relocating? Hint. What I just said. But again, we're not making this video political. NL Central time. Here we got the Brewers. Unfortunately, are leading our division with a 10-4 record. We're in second place with an 11-5 record. It's technically tied, but they have the edge because they played 2 less games than us. So yeah. Cubbies are in third at 9-6. Reds are in fourth at 9-6. St. Louis Cardinals are in fifth, 7-9. So yeah, the NL Central is really weak, all right. 4 teams above 500. Don't say that anymore, people. Let's talk about a division that everybody pursues as quote-unquote strong, but is actually pretty weak. The NL West. You got the 11-6 LA Dodgers, the 8-8 Diamondbacks, the 8-9 Padres, the 6-10 Giants, and the 4-12 Rockies. So yeah, NL West is real strong. All right, on to the wild card chase now. We got the wild card leaders. Remember, the format includes the best two teams getting byes. Right now, that's the 1 seed New York Yankees and the 2 seed Cleveland Guardians. The wild card matchups right now would be the 6 seed Detroit Tigers and the number 3 seed Texas Rangers. And then you got the 5th seed Baltimore Orioles and the 4th seed Kansas City Royals. On the outside looking in, you got the Red Sox, 9-7, a half game back. Same thing with the Rays, half game back at 9-7. 1.5 games back at 8-8 are the Blue Jays. 2 games back at 7-8 are the Angels. 2.5 games back at 7-9 are the A's. 6-8, 2.5 games back are the Twins. 6-10, 3.5 games back are the Mariners. 4 games back, 6-11 are the Astros. And in last place, 7 games back, 2-13 White Sox. NL leaders now. We got the Brewers 1-2, or the Brewers and the Dodgers are 1-2. They would get the byes in this case. That means the Reds would play at the Braves, the 6-3 matchup. And the 5-4 matchup right now would be the Cubs and the Pirates. Almost there. We've played 16 games almost, so yeah, we're about an eighth of the way through, and we have a playoff spot, so not bad. Just gotta keep that up. At 8-8, in a game and a half back of the Reds are the Diamondbacks. 8-8, also a game and a half back are the Phillies. 8-9, 2 games back are the Padres. 7-8, 2 games back are the Mets. 7-9, 2.5 games back are the Cardinals. 6-9, 3 games back are the Nationals. 6-10, 3.5 games back are the Giants. 4-12, 5.5 games back are the Rockies. And 6.5 games back at 3-13 are the Miami Marlins. It's going to be a long season for the Marlins, the Rockies, and the White Sox. At least the A's are hanging in there. At least they are. They might be 7-9, but it's not like they're getting embarrassed game in and game out. Wow. A's, and I'm looking at their website right now. A's starts back with 6-6. They're fighting. They're the fighting A's. So, they're doing better. Hopefully they win 60, 65 games. Maybe even 70 in their last year at the Coliseum. It's a shame what happened. Same with Phoenix. It's a shame. It's a shame. It's a shame. All right, let's look ahead now at the Pirates week ahead. I promised you we'd do this. Let's take a look ahead. 3 games tomorrow night. Jackie Robinson Day. Happy Jackie Robinson Day to all those who celebrate. He's my favorite player all time. I'm not my favorite player all time, but he actually might be. But I think he's the best MLB player of all time, to be honest with you. 7:10 p.m. start tomorrow, Tuesday at the Mets, 7:10 p.m. start there. And then Wednesday afternoon, a 1:10 p.m. start in New York. That's your series there. Thursday's an off day. Friday at 6:40 p.m. are the Red Sox. Saturday at 4:05 p.m. are the Red Sox. And Sunday at 1:45 p.m., of course, are the Red Sox. If we can win 4 out of those 6 games, I'll be thrilled. I'll be very thrilled. So that's what we should be trying to do. We just need to stay a notch above 500 now. Maybe at least go like 1 game above 500 every series till Memorial Day. And then just go 500 from June till the end. And we should get in the playoffs. 100%. That should be the goal, and I hope it is, because I think this team's ready. They won 76 last year. I'm hoping 84 this year, something like that. So, yeah, good times coming for Pittsburgh, hopefully. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys tonight. Have a good one. Enjoy the week ahead. Sorry if I was a little bit political today. However, I just do want to say one quick thing here before I leave. Sorry about this, about what happened yesterday. In case you didn't see it, Iran fired missiles at Israel. And you guys probably do remember me back earlier in videos. I kind of stopped as of late because I don't know why, but I always said pray for Israel in my videos. Right now, it's very important that we pray for and support Israel. They are an ally, and they do promote world peace, I believe. And yeah, it's important to remember that right now. And more importantly, it's important to remember that we must be committed to stopping wars. And yeah, unfortunately, we're never going to put an end to this kind of stuff. But if we could just be kind to one another, not want to take advantage of one another. I strive every day to be the best in my best person I could possibly be and be the best person possible. And to be ahead of everybody, buddy. However, you don't do that by taking things away or destroying things. You do that by hard work, making connections, and being lucky, like at the right place at the right time. You don't do that by destroying things or destroying land or ruining people's lives. And that's what countries like Iran strive to do. So I think we must support and we must pray for Israel. They've been through a lot. We must have their back. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm sorry if I got political with this video. It's just I didn't want to keep my mouth shut anymore. But I will try to do my best in future videos. Let's go, Bucks. Enjoy the week. Have a good one. Stay safe. Pray for Israel. And as always, peace. See you guys next Sunday night.